We have arrived. This is Route 941, brought to you by the world's greatest shoe store, Greenlee Shoe.
This is Dennis. Glad you're riding shotgun with me as we travel our region to find the best in local country music. Lisa Richard has one of the most powerful voices around. She's a singer, she's been a radio host, she's a true lover of all music, and she's done her time with everything from rock to country and everything in between. She's been recognized by many in the industry, and she's been nominated for and taken home lots of awards. She's a true maritime songstress. Hey Lisa, welcome to Route 941 on Country 94.
Well, hello, Dennis. Thank you so much. That was a wonderful introduction. Thank you.
My pleasure. So Lisa, you're originally from New Brunswick. You're currently living in Nova Scotia.
I am originally from New Mills, New Brunswick, which is a small little fishing village near Dalhousie, and I currently live in Halifax. Halifax has been my home for 22 years now.
And when you're not writing or recording music, what's the other side to Lisa Richard?
Well, I do have a part-time day job, and that is as a chiropractor. So I do still practice part-time. I've been practicing part-time for about 6 years now because of getting so busy with music, which is great. And still busy with music during everything that's going on right now. I've been actually doing that for a number of years and lived in Toronto for a while, and that's kind of where I got the music bug really to be on stage when I was living in Toronto.
And what was your first foray or your first experience with music in Toronto?
I would say, and this was all because of these lovely folks that were with me from Miramichi, New Brunswick. We were all downtown Toronto. This awesome band was playing, and they bugged these poor fellows to let me get up there and sing a song with them. And I was so embarrassed. Out of the goodness of their heart, they did let me get up and do a song. They actually asked me to be part of their band after that. So that was my humble beginnings in Toronto. And we played all the venues up there. It was all original music. They would also tour in Europe 6 months of the year because they would do very good in Europe. But I couldn't go with them because I was in school in Toronto studying to be a chiropractor. They had to pick up somebody else when they went there. I got a lot of experience playing those venues in Toronto, so I wanted to bring that back home to the Maritimes, do some music here as well.
And with all the experience that you gained from all of that, when did you start writing your own songs?
I have been songwriting since I was a little kid, just making up silly songs and off the top of my head or making up songs and getting my friends to learn them so they would sing them with me. It was just playtime, and I never thought anything of it. I thought anybody can do that, and it was just something naturally that I did. Everything was a song to me.
Oh, I fully agree with that. And you know what? I can relate with what you're saying with. So when did you actually start to get really serious about songwriting?
On my first trip to Nashville, to be quite honest, and record it, to write your own, to create your own music. It's such an outlet in so many ways. Scary too. I got to be honest. I didn't know if anybody would want to hear what I was writing or would think that it was any good at all. But yeah, it's really allowed me to come out of my shell a little bit more as I grew up. I started to grow up.
But you see, this is the thing about writing songs and recording music. It's part of the journey of discovering who you really are. It's not necessarily about bragging rights. It's all about finding yourself all along this journey.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of what I wrote about on my first EP is really, about me, my family, growing up. It's stuff that right? So you write about what you know.
Yeah.
And so now I'm working on my second album, and I'm still doing that, but it's getting a lot deeper, I think, and expanding outside of my own small circle of knowledge.
And I'm right there with you when it comes to writing songs and writing from a perspective that you know. I've got a handful of songs that are written from a different perspective, but the songs that I feel best about are the ones that are written from my own personal view and from what I've experienced, right?
And Dennis, thank you so much for sharing a couple of those. And I've seen a couple of those, you playing them. They're great. I really enjoy your writing.
Hey, thanks, Lisa. Truly appreciate it.
Well, you're doing what you love, and I can totally tell you love doing it, and you're great at it. So keep it up, for sure.
Thanks, Lisa. Now, you and I both have a mutual friend that's written songs for everyone from Ashley McBride to Joe Nichols to Montgomery Gentry. How did you meet this wonderful guy named Rick Tiger?
Rick Tiger. Wow, so much to tell. I mean, we have spent a lot of time together in the last 5-ish years, not just in Nashville, but he's been up here as well. So He came up here to do a couple of shows. He's a songwriter from Nashville, and I met him for the first time when he actually came to Nova Scotia to do a show. I had mentioned that I'd been to Nashville before, and he said, you know, next time you come down, we should have a cup of coffee and have a chat. Now, honestly, I had no idea that was kind of code for let's write a song. A little bit on Rick. If he asks you for a cup of coffee, you're probably going to be writing a song.
Well, that's good to know, because over the last number of years that he and I have been chatting, he has mentioned a couple of times that he and I should have a coffee and a chat. So who knows what that's going to happen.
With the coffee already. It's code. I'm telling you. You can't not help but write a song with him. It just happens right there. It's very organic, and he's just a wizard with words. So there'll be a number of his songs that he either co-wrote with me or co-wrote with some other people on this next album that I'm working on.
I met Rick probably just around the same time frame. He was doing a show at a pub, and some songwriting friends said, Dennis, you got to go and meet this guy. And can I just say, too, isn't he just the sweetest guy you've ever met?
He's got such a big heart, and that's another story, actually. My first trip going down there to meet him, he gave me the address of where to meet him on Music Row. And he introduced me to everybody there as, you know, this wonderful Canadian singer-songwriter. And I kept looking around to see who he was talking about. He's just amazing. He's just a great guy, and I hope you get to write with him.
Let's talk about your new single. It's called Together. Tell me a little bit about that song.
Well, this song was written a couple of years ago, and in Nashville with our friend Rick Tiger and another good friend of ours, Jeff Wonix. And I was on my way back from Europe. I was all excited, and I said to Rick and Jeff, I said, you know, I just want to write a song about being together with people. I travel a lot by myself, but I never feel alone. I always feel like I'm surrounded by great people. This song was written about being together. Little did I know it was going to be so relevant today. And that's why we decided to release this one next before my album is finished, because we all need a little bit of togetherness right now. So I hope people like it.
Lisa Richard, thank you so much for chatting with me here on Route 941 on Country 94. Glad to have you.
Thank you so much, Dennis. We'll be talking to you soon.
Written with our friend Rick Tiger, that I'll feature later on down the road. Her latest single is called Together. This is Lisa Richard on Country 94.
With your coffee in the morning, or taking a good book off the shelf. Another thing I love the most than being on my own is together with everybody else. Together, like a Southern Sunday service. Together, on my front porch with my friends. Together with who's ever there, standing next to me. Yeah, together is my favorite place to be. Dinner at the table with my family and friends. A Friday night fire in the fall. Music and the lyrics on a 6-string guitar. Together is the blessing of it all. Sunday service. Together on my front porch with my friends. Together with who's ever there, standing next to me. Yeah, together is my favorite place to be. Even when I'm by myself with no one else around, I can still be in the middle of a crowd. Together, like a Southern Sunday service. Together, on my front porch with my friends. Together with who's ever there, standing next to me. Yeah, together is my favorite place to be. Yeah, together is my favorite place to be.
Thanks for riding with me as we check our region to find the best in local, original country music. Come back again next week and I'll feature another artist. Route 941 is brought to you by the world's greatest shoe store, Greenlee Shoe and Country 94.